When looking at some of these lawyers that Trump has selected to represent him, I mean, I think the overall general theme of what Trump has been doing the entire time, I mean, for years, even before he was running for president, when he was pushing forward conspiracy theories back in the aughts, he has this general theme of just being a bully, encouraging that kind of behavior, kind of brainwashing his base into being like that as well, which is why I think people within my own community have become more and more rude, openly, openly rude in public, right? Which is the problems I've been having in my own community. They're teaching their kids to do it, and they themselves are doing it, which that sets the example that this is how you treat your neighbors, right? The mean girl energy coming off of this attorney is pretty insane. The head tilts, the body language, the um, I missed this one. Apparently, it happened a few days ago.
I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network. Donald Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, just had a total meltdown on live TV during an interview. Habba is one of Donald Trump's lawyers. Notably, she was sanctioned approximately $1 million by a federal judge in the Southern District of Florida for filing a frivolous lawsuit. Alina Habba was also apparently one of Donald Trump's lawyers in the E. Jean Carroll federal trial that Donald Trump lost. A jury awarded E. Jean Carroll $5 million, finding Donald Trump liable for the most despicable and disgusting conduct. I say,
And and the thing is too that when there are legitimate claims, which in this case a jury found that her claims were legitimate, it's even more disgusting to see women defending a sexual offender to such a degree. It's hard to watch. Um, I had my own sort of personal conversation yesterday about some various um, sexual harassment that I faced in my own life, and faced sort of a similar reaction of anger and deflection from the person who should have been my defender when I explained what had happened to me. And I just got anger and deflection. But I'm old enough now. I also watched that Larry Nasser video the other day of his interrogation and all the people that failed those. I think they said it ended up being um, over 250 girls, underage girls, that were molested by Larry Nasser. So obviously, this is not a direct comparison, but I'm talking about the reaction of family, um, authority figures in the situation, the police agencies, um, the level of doubt they have for women's claims when very clearly in especially in Trump's case, he has 15 accusers, and not all of them have filed claims. But not everybody wants to have to go through the struggle of trying to prove your case in court. You instead maybe just want to alert other people that he's dangerous. I also watched the Kevin Spacey story on Dreading, and he had several victims, and everybody just in Hollywood just accepted that, well, we know that he does this, right? He's a very talented actor, and so therefore We're aware that this is going on and we're just going to have to deal with it. House of Cards, apparently, the production company that put on House of Cards, apparently put into his contract a sexual misconduct clause and ended up suing him for violating it. That's like, but is that the best we can do? I mean, he was putting out weird videos at Christmas every year. I haven't really put that, everybody's aware that this happened, but I haven't really talked about that much online because that was some scary shit, because some of his accusers were dying in mysterious ways. And he was making claims on those videos about killing people. But it was like really abstract. It was I don't know if y'all want to go back and look at the Kevin Spacey stuff, but that was some weird shit.
That Alina Habba is apparently Donald Trump's lawyer on that case, because despite all the bluster and bravado in her media appearances, she did not say a single word during the trial itself. I want to show you now this interview on CNN with Dana Bash, where Alina Habba had this bizarre...
Is it Dana Bash? I thought it was Dana Bash. I thought that's how you pronounce it. He keeps calling her Dana. But because he obviously has written down what he needs to say, or somebody's written it all down. So he's reading it, and the most common pronunciation when you look at that spelling would be Dana. But I'm fairly certain, and maybe I'm wrong, fairly certain it's pronounced Dana Bash.
Our appearance, a total meltdown, if you will, when asked some very basic questions. And in the first clip I want to show you, Dana Bash asks Alina Habba if she's concerned that this verdict is just the beginning for Donald Trump. Play the clip.
Question to you is, I mentioned that there are 15 women altogether who have alleged that Trump sexually harassed or assaulted them. Are you concerned that
Are we talking about 2016? Hold on.
Are you concerned
I have
that
not gotten
all
a
told,
complaint from 15 women.
All told, not that you've gotten complaints that have become public. Are you concerned that this
Since
case
20,
that we've
are you
seen
talking
today,
about 2016? Is that
Are
the
you
desperation
concerned-
that we're at right now?
Are you concerned that the case that we saw today, that it is maybe just the beginning, that other criminal action could be in the future?
No, I think you're concerned that he's going to win, which is why you're bringing up 2016 things, because you have nothing to bring up. That's what I think you're concerned. And you should.
I mean, you can be a pretty person, like skin-wise, like your face looks pretty. But when you project that kind of energy, it makes you so ugly. Like, it's hard for me to look at her without thinking, oh my God, you're so ugly. I don't think, look, first of all, I would never be a lawyer for Trump because I don't have a law degree, but also I would never want to help a sexual predator like that. But if you're making a public appearance to try and represent your client, wouldn't it make more sense to say, we're concerned that these ladies either, like, in a calm, professional manner, we're concerned that these ladies got the wrong impression or might be trying to exploit a situation, or, wouldn't those be the arguments rather than acting like you're about to try and get into a cat fight with Dana Bash? This woman's behavior is beyond weird. It's very bizarre.
Be concerned. He's leading in the polls.
Okay. I'm a journalist. I am
the
not
head
concerned
tilt.
about anything. I'm asking you, as one of his attorneys, about things that are out there, and in
Okay.
addition to what you
Since
are here to talk.
2016, is that what we're talking about?
You know what, though? This might be a good thing that he clearly is unable to get lawyers who know how to compose themselves. And so, if his lawyers keep making appearances like this and looking like complete idiots who are just acting on emotions and trying to push forward a story without having any sort of rational behavior behind their interviews or rational arguments. I mean, if you want to gaslight somebody, you can do it much better than this. But it's surprising that this is the best he can get. He's supposedly the best person in the world to make money and to make deals, and he should be the emperor of the planet. I mean, that's where he's going, you guys. This guy is completely delusional. And look at the kind of people that are willing to work for him, because not everybody's willing to take his case, y'all.
Great.
I'm talking
are you
about
talking about
things that
20? Give me a year. These 15 women. Are we talking about 2016 when he was running and almost won and then did win?
It is not relevant what you're talking about.
It is
about the
relevant.
dates. No,
you
it's
just
not.
asked me about 15 women. I don't have 15 women that have come forth with a claim.
Okay.
Where are they? I don't have them.
I
You're
didn't say
talking
that
about
they
something
came.
from
I didn't say
2016
that they
and they
came
didn't bring a
forward with
claim.
the claim. I said that they have made
No, you
public statements. I said they have made public statements, and my
In
question was,
2016,
are you concerned
and you
about
have
this?
nothing
Okay.
for 2024.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I very much appreciate it, and I hope to talk soon
Thank you.
because there's a lot more to discuss as you
Hope
go on
so.
with your appeal.
I'm sure there will when he wins.
And
Thank you.
let's open it up.
I just don't know how she can look back at that interview and say, oh, yes, I was well composed, right? That girlfriend, oh my God. I don't know how she can, and Dana definitely, did her best, I think, to get through that, but that was, I mean, that was like that. I felt like I was in high school. I felt like I was in high school, you guys. Oh my God.
To our panel here.
In this next clip, Dana Bash asks Alina Habba, well, if you claim that you're concerned that a billionaire helped fund the legal fees for E. Jean Carroll, how is that different from Donald Trump paying you millions of dollars? Play the clip.
You have been suggesting, and a big part of the defense, of course, is that this is about politics. And to that point, in the trial, you raised concerns of a billionaire who donated to Democratic causes, paying for some of the accusers, some of the legal fees. My question for you is, how is that different from millions of political dollars being used to fund Donald Trump's various lawyers, including more than $2 million we believe that you received last year from the Save America PAC? Those are political donations.
Yeah, let me answer that question. My payments are not political. They're from a fund. Donors know what they're funding for. Reid Hoffman hid it, and they hid it. And not only that, there was testimony where this wasn't brought up, and then it was brought up when I pressed on it. So the difference is that reporting for how much I make, as you know, and how much I'm paid is every quarter. We are upfront about it. No, it's not okay.
I honestly, it feels like I went to high school with her and she was teasing me for not owning Guess jeans. You know, like, I mean, she has such like South OC energy of being the person who's like, oh, you don't have any surf shirts? I can't even with this chick. Holy crap. Wow. All right.
Funding anybody that you don't like politically, paying them to sue people, and then having people like George Conway convince somebody or persuade them to file a suit. That is the difference. I'm glad you asked that question.
I could also think of another distinction between a billionaire paying E. Jean Carroll's lawyers versus Donald Trump's political organization paying Alina Habba. One billionaire is at least paying competent lawyers, I guess with respect to E. Jean Carroll, and the political organizations of Donald Trump are paying Alina Habba, who didn't even say a word during the trial, but has apparently been paid millions of dollars from these political organizations. And I want to show you this final clip of Alina Habba where Dana Bash asks her about the statute of limitations in civil cases for victims like E. Jean Carroll. And Alina Habba just gives a completely bizarre and ridiculous and disgusting response. Play this clip.
If theory, is this the kind of law that you think should be changed, separate from this case, for women to have more time to process things that happen to them, assaults?
No, because it's indefensible. You know, there are things called justice, and people have the right to go to courts and go to prisons and go to police officers and say, I was raped, I was assaulted. That is your right, and you should take that right if you were assaulted, if you were raped. But what you are not allowed to do is say, I don't have a year, I don't have a date, I'm not sure if it happened, I'm not sure when it happened, and guess what? I was in Bergdorf Goodman, but he lived across the street and nobody saw it, and now you're 30 years deep. We actually can't tell you when you are because we can't give you a date or any details, and there was no witnesses. But hey, I'm going to say you raped me. And in 2016 and 2019, hold on, when she first said it in 2019, she didn't like him as a candidate. And now she's going to say it again when in 2024, he's the leading candidate. You're not allowed to do that. That is un-American. So no, this isn't about rape victims. This is about politics.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? Shame on anybody. Because the rape victims, it's a sad thing.
Look, folks, as we always say here on the Midas Touch Network, you get the lawyers you deserve. And Donald Trump got Alina Habba and Joe Tacopina, and the jury obviously detested them. We've been covering just how many mistakes they made over and over and over again.
Hold up. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, is that how does he expect to win, right? Like, he's the big winner. How does he expect to win any of these court cases if the attorneys he's hiring are so obviously unlikable at face value? You know, would you believe any argument coming out of her mouth? Probably not. Would you believe anything coming out of Tacopino? Probably not. I mean, probably his most real statement was made in court when he said, you know what I'm dealing with. Okay, well, you picked that path in life, dude. You picked that path in life. Fuck's sake. Like, how is it that you as attorneys who have to debate things in court have no presentation style and can't present yourselves as likable personalities so that your arguments are a little bit more convincing? It's not convincing when you're that hostile, when you're that mean girl, when you project that kind of energy. That's, woo, okay.
And how they just didn't even know the most basic law in the case and just presented horribly.
Yeah.
But there you have Alina Habba, Donald Trump's lawyer, whatever the heck that was. But that's who MAGA is, folks. Make attorneys, get attorneys, but just total incompetence. Total incompetence. I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your...
Okay, I guess I'm wrong. It's not Dana Bash. I always thought it was Dana Bash. I think I know somebody else who pronounces it that way that's like in my local community, but
Dana Bash.
He's right. I'm wrong. I'll take the loss on that one.